Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ben Runyan again for AudioSkills.com. Another video this week in our series producing with me, Ben Runyan. And today I want to talk to you about the truth about compression. I'm going to give you the big three things to know about it in terms of its physical controls, and I'm going to tell you how you would approach it on either an individual track level or a group track level in relation to the track as an entirety. As an entire entity. So let's go ahead and do that. It's a track that's already released, but I took everything off and I'm just going to kind of build it back up to show you how I approach it. If you want to take a look at the track, it's by me, Just Process, which is my electronic music alias, and the track is called My World. So check that out. My World featuring Caitlin Hoffert, by me, Just Process. This is an alias I just kind of got off the ground. Not a lot of plays and stuff yet. If you want to re-reference my actual music as me singing in a band project, this is me, City Rain. So you can see I've had that alias for quite some time now. So let's go ahead and attack it. The track's called My World. So I'm going to go ahead and mute this and just play the physical music, and then I'll play the vocals, and we'll discuss how I get from point A to point Z, if you will. Okay, that's that. Now let's listen to the vocals that go there.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see that in this life there is nothing that's pure or free.
All right, so let's go ahead and attack it. So right off the bat here, you see I got main vox. I got 1, 2, and 3. And you can see on all of these, I had done some sort of effects on it, and you know what? I probably did more than I needed to do. So let's just go at it right off the bat. I'm going to start with the main vox. So there's the main vox.
No one's gonna walk you
the main vox.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
The low harmony.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
And the high harmony.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
So I'm going to attack that first. I'm going to pop a compressor right on this bad boy. Let me get rid of this stuff first. Forgive me. All right, let me go ahead and put a compressor on this guy, and let's talk about it. Now, the first thing you want to do if you're in Logic and you're using a compressor is you want to go ahead and turn off auto gain. We want to know enough about the compressor that we know what to do with it. So first things first, the threshold is where you set it so that it's paying attention. In other words, if you have the threshold set above where the audio is happening, it won't even turn on. If you have it too far below, it might be capturing too much sound and compressing too hard. So we want to set it so that it's capturing the audio, but my general rule of thumb is that really plus or minus, or rather really plus, minus 5 decibels of gain reduction. So let's just say 5, 6, 7. Let's just say around 7 as a total max is where you want to be before it starts doing too much compression. So
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. No one's gonna walk you through the door.
now that the compressor has recognized and is starting to pull this sound up, I'm going to increase the ratio a little bit. 20 and 30 to 1 would be in limiting territory. 8 might be in drum territory, and 3 to 5 for me. And this is just my metrics, not everybody else, necessarily everyone else's. There's no complete Bible on this, if you ask me. Is between 3 and 4.
No one's gonna walk you through the door. No one's gonna walk you through the door.
Now that that's happened, I need to pull the sound up a little bit using makeup gain.
No one's gonna
So in other words, we've taken the audio from here to here, let's say, and now it's from here to here, and now the makeup gain is going to pull that down or up. So threshold, capturing, ratio, compressing, makeup gain, pulling down or up that dynamic range.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
All right, so now that I've done that and I see that these waveforms aren't that wildly different, I'm going to try to go ahead and copy and paste that same setting on each vox. And let me go ahead and take those off too, since I'm trying to do this here from scratch. So let's see.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
Let's see here. And that track is above there, so to the left.
No one's gonna walk you through the door
Wait, I want to get the low harmony. So where is my low harmony?
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
So, hold on.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
But now I feel like that's a little too loud, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the makeup gain down on the compressor on the low harmony.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. No one's
But you can see here on the low harmony, it's not having that same amount of compression, so I'm going to pull that threshold down a little more.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
Okay, so I like that. Now I want to add in the third main box.
No one's gonna walk you through the. No one's gonna walk you through the door. No one's gonna walk you through the door.
So let me take that off because I'm trying to start again from scratch here. So I'm pulling the same settings.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
All right, so now I have the settings, the same, basically plus or minus a few dBs on the threshold, the same settings. Pay attention to the compressor over here on each track there.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
Now let's feel where that vocal group is against the whole track to see what we need to do now. Clearly not nearly loud enough. So let's try a compressor on yes. Now the group as a whole. So we just did compressor on low harmony, mid harmony, and main vox. Now let's do it on the thing as the group as a whole. So let's turn off auto gain again. Setting my threshold to get that -5 dB gain reduction. And maybe a little bit more now that I've compressed it and it's lowered the volume a little bit, but squeezed the dynamic range. I'm going to push it back up with the makeup gain.
Through the door or turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see that in this life there is nothing that's pure or free.
Okay, that sounds pretty good for the most part.
No one's gonna walk you through the door.
Maybe even a little bit more.
Turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see.
Now that I've done that, the final part, if you looked at the last video about reverb and delay and blending the texture of your vocals, what I had on each track and the track as a whole was a bus on bus 21 and bus 28. So let's check out what's on there. So bus 21, you've got a standard stereo delay, and bus 28, you got a standard stereo delay as well. So now let's listen again.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see that in this life there is nothing that's pure or free. No one's gonna walk into my world. Not even you. I got this power deep inside.
So they're starting to set a little bit better.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
And you can start to feel that texture of the reverb come through the whole mix. Now, there's some additional stuff I want to do. One thing I think I want to do here is I want to put a little bit of EQ on these vocals to cut some of the lows out so that I can make room to get some of the sizzle in the mid-range of the low out. So
No one's gonna walk you through the door. No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
pulling up this range right here is allowing some of that presence of the vocal to cut through the mix.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
And I think I overcooked the delay a little bit.
It's up to you to find the joy and see that in this life there is nothing that's pure or free. Nothing's gonna change my world. Not
So I think it's almost perfect, but I think it needs one last thing. On the main Vox channel here, I'm going to put a limiter. And I want to squeeze every last inch out of those vocals because this is such a powerful electronic track that I want to keep every single vocal above that bed of music.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the...
So I'm going to pull back on this compressor a little bit.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. No one's gonna walk you through...
So now you can see my gain reduction from the limiter is at 1.4, and now I want to push that up to about 4.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
And then the last thing I can do is just do the obvious thing, which is set my volume level a bit higher because I'm at minus 1.6. So first of all, let's make sure that this isn't so crazy. And let's go ahead and do this. And so, and volume. Okay.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see that in this life there is nothing that's pure or free. Nothing's gonna change my world. Not even you. I've got this power deep inside. I've got this power deep inside. It's mine to use. No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key.
So I've finally wrangled it into a place where I can go and finally mix and master this track. Now, the key there was compressing each individual channel and bringing up each individual vocal and then doing it on a group basis as well. The other key in Logic is making sure to turn off auto gain so it's not doing the work that you're supposed to be doing for you. The third part is threshold, ratio, makeup gain. Threshold, pulling the vocal up, ratio, setting how hard it is, and then makeup gain, taking that new dynamic range that was from here to here with the threshold and the ratio and moving that up above the track.
No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see that in this life there is nothing that's pure or free. Nothing's gonna change my world. Not even you.
So, as a final quick thing, let's take a look at Spotify. Let's take a look at my worlds, and let's see if I got close to where I was, where I had mixed and mastered it before, but this time with a lot less items and with a lot more knowledge about mixing, because this was almost a year ago.
One's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see. No one's gonna walk you through the door or turn the key. It's up to you to find the joy and see.
I arguably think the vocals sound a lot better. I think they sounded a lot tinny before and a lot more present now. It's been another video for AudioSkills.com. Don't forget, compression, threshold, ratio, makeup gain, and EQs. Don't forget to cut on the lows and boost a little bit of the highs of the sizzles to make sure that that presence comes out in the final part of the mix. Stay tuned for another video for Audio Skills. Sorry, having a little technical difficulties here with my makeshift mic setup. But please stay tuned to our videos next week. Please like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to tell us what you're interested in finding out about. And please don't hesitate to ask me any questions in the comments. I'll answer every single one of them. I promise. Take care and talk soon.